Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna talk about the rerolling, but in another sense. I made a video about the actual rerolling in game, and even though we got some QOL, big QL news, the process is basically the same. The only thing is that it's gonna take way less now. So if you do the fast reroll, it's gonna take you 10 minutes. You just skip the prologue, get to 1-1, clear it, get the mail, 10 pulls in it, pull on the standard banner, try to fish for a 6-star that you want. GG. If you didn't get it, reroll. For the big one is basically the same. Skip the prologue, get to 1-1, get the first 10 pulls, pull on the beginner banner instead. Choose one in your mind that you want to get, Eternity, Regulus, or Lilia, and if you didn't get it, keep going until you get 20 more pulls. I believe at level 3 and level 5 you get 10 more pulls each, so it's going to be plus 20. You do that. You do your 30 pulls, you get the guaranteed 6 stars. If you don't get it, if you don't get the one that you want, reroll, right? Now that we got the system, the mechanics down, now we're gonna talk about and go a little more in depth in case you want to go really hard on the rerolling, right? And you might say, but why? Why would I care? Because some people do care. Some people want to have a head start. They want to have like a starting starting boost, especially free-to-play players such as me and other people that are not able to spend any money on the game. So the way that we have to do it is to reroll multiple times until we get a really good starter account, and then go from there. Now, when it comes to actually rerolling, you have multiple versions of rerolling, you have multiple approaches to rerolling, and today I'm going to show you how to do a multi-instanced emulator reroll, right? So basically this is the faster mass reroll that you can do. If your PC can handle multiple instances, this is probably the best choice for you. Otherwise, I feel like you might have to make a bunch of emails and then use the PC client, which is going to look like this. The PC client is going to have this type of login methods: Bluepock, Twitter, Facebook, and guest. If you do the guest one, then you can't log out of it unless you bind it to an email. So what you can do is try the guest account. If you don't get it, you have to bind it to something and then leave it away. Now, you might be able to bind it to a temporary email. So one of those emails that like work, but they're like disposable. You can find many online. Maybe I'll link it in the description or something. And after that, you bind the guest to this account so you can log out of it, right? After you log out, you do it again. And it might be a decent way of rerolling. I will test everything out and I will let you know, guys, when the game comes out, which methods for PC players it's best. For Android players, it's going to look like this, so you're not going to be able to log with Google, so you're going to have to do guest, right? Don't use Twitter or Facebook, because they might fuck up, so I suggest that you don't use it. Now, if you have a PC and still want to reroll either for your phone or for playing on an emulator, right? Even if you want to play on PC but you want to do the mass strat, which is this. So you do like a multi-instance and then whatever account, it might be faster than going on PC, assuming you can't bind the guest account or the temporary email. It's gonna be a little trickier. If you have any problems with that one, then you might fall back to this method. So that's why I'm showing today the multi-instance method. Now, first of all, this works I know that it works for BlueStack and LD Player 9. I don't know all the other Android emulators that you can use if they work. Maybe they do. I don't see why not, because they would be kind of falling off in terms of features provided to the user. So I know that LD Player and BlueStack do. So I am using personally LD Player 9. So what you want to do is to either click this if you have it when you install LD Player 9, LD Multiplayer. If you don't have this, just type LD Multi. If you do LD Multi will pop that up there. You click it, it's going to open this window. On this window, you have the default instance, which is this. which is the one that you open for first, and it's gonna have a couple of random apps like the LD Store. It's not gonna have Q app and it's not gonna have AFK Arena. Those are apps that I installed to make like an example on this video. First of all, if the Reverse 1999 comes out and it's not available in your region, you can still play by downloading the app called Q app. I will link the APK in description. You can install it on the LD player and then use it, log in inside of it, type R99, and you're gonna be able to download the APK even though your region doesn't allow it on the Google Store, let's say, right? So that way you will be able to play even though it's region locked for you. They're probably not gonna kick you out, because like there's one thing about being region locked on the Google Store and one thing about being IP locked or like region IP checks in the game that I'm like 90% sure they won't have. So the Q app method should work like 95%, right, of chance. Now the game isn't out, I can't download it, so I've downloaded AFK Arena instead to show you how certain things will work, right? So what we have to do is to make a clone of this instance. Now close this, you have to close the instance, otherwise you cannot make a copy of a running instance. Now what you want to do is to click instance and do clone. On the clone, it's going to ask you which instance do you want to clone, but before you do that, you might have a different approach here. You might have a different scenario. Maybe you already play stuff on BlueStack on LD Player 9 and you don't want to copy everything. You just want to copy an instance with R99 inside, right? So what you have to do is add instance and click new instance first and make the let's do this, number 1, yes. Now it made a fresh instance without anything installed inside. We can call it R99 master. This is the one that you're not gonna play on. You're gonna leave it close, but you want to start it first. Once you start it, it's gonna start with like a fresh copy of the LD player starting, right? And here you want to download the game. So what I'm gonna do is to just go to Google Store and re-download the app. All right, after a million years, it's over. So after you so what you do is this: you add the instance, new instance, right? It's gonna make a new instance. Let's say this is new instance. New instance. It's gonna be way easier for you to do it, because it's not gonna be like fucky like I am doing it, because mine is gonna be default and has like all the little things that I have installed that are gonna make this very long to do, but it's just once at a time. So I do the new instance, you got it right. Now at this point you do add instance, you clone instance. You select a new instance, it's gonna be like where you install R99 and you leave it there, you don't open it. You close the instance, so it's like it says no start, and then you click clone. You can make more clones if you want. It depends on your PC. How many clones can your PC handle? It depends on your PC. So you can try this before the game starts, so you can already know how many instances of the same game you can open. At this point you do start, you open the instance. It's gonna open it, and what you can do is to resize it. I can't before until it stops doing the loading. You can resize it and put it like a nice display of a mini instance on your desktop, and it's gonna look more or less like this. You're gonna do one here, and then you start the other one, and you're gonna put the other one on the top, and you're gonna start the game on every one of those. You're gonna start, it's gonna ask you to log in. You don't log in, you do a guest account, and you do your reroll, right? You do your reroll, it's gonna take 10 minutes, and now after you are done rerolling, now how do you exit from this guest account? That's the actual question that you might have. Which is the key question of the whole video. Now all you have to do, let's say, okay, that's done, boom, exit. All you have to do is to clear cache. But if you clear the cache, you're gonna have to re-download. Actually, we don't know if clear cache it's enough to remove the guest account, but let's assume it is. You're gonna have to clear cache to log out, let's say, because the cache is supposed to hold the login in place, right? The current logged account is gonna lose the credentials, let's say, and it's gonna ask you to make one again if you clear the cache. But if you clear the cache, it's gonna give you it's gonna make you re-download the first patch of the game. You know, like you install the game from Google app, right? You open the app, like the app itself is gonna be like 200 megabytes, let's say. You open the app, it's going to do 2-3 gigs of first install, release, current patch, download, right? After that, you can actually play the game. So if you clear the cache, it's gonna re-download the files. Now, how do you clear the cache first? To clear the cache on LD Player, you go to settings, then you I'm gonna wait a little bit because it's gonna be a little bit laggy. On settings, you go to storage. And on storage, you go and find the Games tab. You click the Games tab, and then you will find here R99. You click it, and then you click Clear Cache. After you click Clear Cache, the next time you open it, it's going to re-download everything. Now, there is a workaround. There is a trick, which is the file name renamer, right? So the trick makes it so you don't have to re-download. So what you do is you want to open the file manager. Click the file manager, you go to Android, and then you click data. On LD Player 9, on BlueStack it might be different. And you scroll down, you're gonna have all the data here. It's like the App Store, the browser, the file manager, the Android, like the launcher, and then you're gonna have this. This is Lilith Game because it's you can see it here. Wait, it's Lilith Game. Because it's AFK Arena, right? It's called the Lilith Game, this one. You click this one and you hold it, and you don't click it, you hold it. Let me go back. You hold it. It's gonna ask you what do you want me to do with this, right? What do you want me to do with this? You want to rename it. You probably want to copy the name that it was originally and put it like on a notepad, so that way you can like repaste it precisely. Rename it to something else, AFK Arena. So that way, now we go here. Now it's called AFK Arena. Then you go and you do the clear cache. Let's see, settings, right? We go to storage, games, AFK Arena, clear cache. Now that we clear the cache, if we reopen the game, it will re-download everything. But if we go now back to File Manager and we rename AFK Arena, we can rename it to the original name, and once we open the game, it's not gonna re-download anything. It's gonna like restart, but at the same time it lost the cache, so it's gonna ask you to make the guest account again. That's gonna help with the time, because otherwise you would have to re-download with each instance 2-3 gigabyte every time that you redo it. So it's gonna be a pain in the ass unless you do this. This is still a pain in the ass, but at the same time it takes like 30 seconds per instance instead of 10 minutes per instance, because your connection might not be crazy, the instance might lag. It's not gonna be a fast download necessarily. So in case something happens, you know that it's gonna be good to do this instead of like re-downloading everything, right? So after that, you can basically do your re-rolling, and if you don't get it, you basically redo this. So now let's do a little bit of a wrapping up, right? So first of all, install the game. If you don't want to do the re-rolling on PC because you don't have many emails or for some reason the email thing doesn't work there, and you want to do the mass re-roll on LD Player, you download the LD Player, you open the LD multiplayer icon. Okay, so then you have this, make a new instance, install R99 there, do the download on the master instance, and then you clone it after you download everything, right? After it's ready to go. Close it, don't open the game, close it, click add instance, clone instance, select the new instance, select the number of clones that you want to do, clone, it's gonna make new copies, open everything, you're gonna open everything, put the new instances, like resize them so you can play them at the same time. That way you open the games, you do your re-rolling with you do your attempts, If it doesn't go well, go back, open this, System Apps, File Manager, Android, Data, go back, Lilith Game, you hold it, rename, copy this on a note. Now we go, we rename it to whatever. I'll call it R99 folder, right? We copy it. Now we go back, close File Manager, go to Settings, Storage, go back down, Games, AFK Arena, Clear Cache, go back, close Settings, go back to File Manager, Android, Data, that was one more. Then we copy the game name, boom, boom, so don't save. We go back down, R99 folder, hold, rename, copy the name. Okay, so that way it's gonna be basically bypassing the having to re-download everything because you clear the cache. So if you open the game, it's gonna ask you to load. It's gonna ask you to load to log in again, but it's not gonna re-download anything, right? So that way you can open multiple instances, do your re-rolling. Again, the fast re-roll is basically you do the you skip the prologue, you get to the game, you do the first 1-1, which is tutorial. See, that didn't make me download anything. I did the clear cache, didn't make me download anything. It just starts with like the new player. Didn't even log in. I have an account on this game, so it just made me do like this is a guest account. It didn't even ask what email I'm using, right? So that way you can basically re-roll efficiently. So yeah, I don't think there is anything else to add to this method. I think I explained everything as much as I could. If you still confused or have questions for like maybe this didn't work as intended for you and you want to like some sort of like support, you can type in the comments and let me know. Maybe I can help you. Maybe you forgot you forgot like a passage or like a step on the list of what to do and how to do it properly. So that's it. If you like the video, leave a like. If you want to subscribe for more content, please do so, because it helps my channel a lot. And for more videos about this, right, stay tuned. And for this video, it's all, guys. Thank you for watching and see you next time.